So what we want to first do is we want to get a 10-inch measurement to mount our brackets. And what I typically like to do is about 8 to 10 inches from where our water lines come out the walls, is put it about that area for your lowest bracket. All right, and these are the brackets. Fairly simple. It's 10 inches from top to the 10 inches top on the other one. And I like to use a small 1-inch by 1/4-inch washers. They've been the easiest to use, I've noticed. And I've made also an indication on where I want the edge of my brackets as well, as at that 10-inch mark. Make sure it's 10 inches, and we're looking good. Looking good. Also, you want to level these off both the same points where you make your marks, and of course the 10 inches. Now to hang the actual unit, fairly simple. Oh, and here's my unit. Just want to find the lower connections you can see where the tabs are, and then it should just slip right into place, just like that. And at this point, it's okay, being that this thing's installed, it's okay to go ahead and turn your water on. You're going to see it coming through your flow control, and that way you know that it's getting water to its unit. Now you want to open it up kind of slowly so you don't get a whole lot of pressure hitting the rest of the piping in the unit or the water lines or fixtures throughout the whole house. Now we go to hook up the electric. And obviously you want all power off at this point in time, because this is not low voltage. All right, I'm making my connections, screwing them down real tight to my electrical. And then we want to hook up our ground. That was our positive negative. And just down below it is a nice bar that has multiple connections for your ground. There we go. And this is a flathead. Now that we've got our electrical hooked up and our water lines hooked up, next thing to do is go turn the power on to the unit. And power is at the breaker. So here's our initial startup. All right, so now that this unit is in and the power's on, we want to go into our bottom right button, which is our diagnostic settings. And it's got 3 different settings, but we want to be on the diagnostic, so I'm on it. And you can see as that we installed this unit, it has to go through a procedure that allows this unit to fire up. So it's just called the startup lockout procedure. And what we have to do at this point in time is turn a faucet on, and it has to be at least 1 gallon per minute flow to allow this startup lockout procedure to engage. So I'm going to have my guy turn on the water now. And you can see right here the flow, and right now it's showing we've got a flow of almost 2 gallons, which is okay. Anything above a gallon a minute is fine. And you can see that it is counting down, or counting up to 100, I'm sorry. And as soon as this hits 100, what we want to do is we want to shut the water off. Up here, it also shows you your amperage that's being used, and I don't know, the camera's probably too far to be able to see it, but right here there's 4 indications on each element and what amperages they're pulling. And over here is our flow rate, and that also will indicate that these are being turned on and working properly, your elements. All right, now that we have that installed, we need to go and I'm just removing the plastic off of the front touch screen. And we need to attach the faceplate to this. So, fairly simple. Just slide it on. There's 4 screws that hold this faceplate, and they're just Phillips screws up on top. And you just got to get it to slide in there. Right there. And then tighten down your faceplate screws, which I'm applying pressure to the front of it so that it doesn't move on me. Oh, broken screwdriver. All right. That is the final install of the TR15 model. Now, this electrical for this model has a 60 amp breaker and 6 gauge wiring, but that's not standard for every single unit. It can vary from 60 to 160 amps. And of course, the electrician will be the one that will run the wiring and determine that for you. Well, anyways, we are done with the diagnostic here. Fairly simple. If you need to change the heat, you have a touch screen, very simple. And I'm going to set that at 125.